they attacked well. I think they were like Smitty is good for that, playing off the shot. Like the goal they scored, we turned down a lot of shooting opportunities in the first period. Tried to make some plays, and we can make plays, but we got to find a balance. So Taylor Hall drives inside and just outworks Carlson to the front of the net, right? So sometimes the goalie will obviously squeeze that, and sometimes he won't. So, but if you're not going there, you'll never get those type of goals. So I like that part of it. I thought Charlie was solid through the middle in terms of accelerating and kicking it out. So playing north-south hockey, I thought was good for them. They used their speed on the wings. Charlie was obviously able to keep up. Obviously, first game, so there was some shifts that he was more fatigued than the other guys just from lack of game action. But I thought that was good for him. He played the middle of the ice, got it to outside speed, and as a result, there was some good attacks at the net.
Can you see a difference with Charlie, what you've seen of him in practice and tonight versus last year when he was playing through something?
Well, he just, he looks more fluid. There were some nights last year Charlie didn't look himself, and we would talk to him, and he's a hockey player, right? So he's like, well, I'm okay, and the medical staff would tell you, well, he's got a bit of a, we all knew he had. Now he had a bit of a knee issue, and he said he's just going to have to play through it because once he gets it fixed, that's it, right? So he did. So I think obviously more games will show you, that his pace can get back up there, or the recovery or the power, all those things. So tonight's only one game, but it's a good start for him. Good down the middle with those guys, right? Jack did a great job when he was in there. Jack played well with anybody, right? He played with the kids too a few games, and Charlie was good in there. So that's certainly a good problem to have when your center icemen are going. They got a lot of work, Matt, didn't they? A lot of work.
In particular, what do you like about how Forward is adjusting to?
Well, he first and foremost, most kills are not. For a D, eventually you got to get in shooting lanes. You got to box out. You got to work to get your clear. So that doesn't change. How you clear the puck a little bit, maybe your face-off alignment, whether you bump or just get it out yourself and your partner holds up. There's a few little nuances, but at the end of the day, the skills he has to do it and the mentality and the commitment are there. So that's good. We know Brandon can do it. So I thought we did a really good job with it. Obviously had a couple of looks you're going to when you give up. Well, we were on a kill 7 or 8 times, whatever it was. So, but in general, I thought we managed it pretty well, and he was a big part of that. Well, listen, the cross-check has been brought up, right? There's a video out, so we're aware of it. I just think sometimes that, common sense has to prevail too, right? I think the cross-checks they're looking for last year on, you see one high on McDavid and the Kucherov injury and even the Krejci one that led to the bars. Like there's some of those that should have been nipped in the bud, and I think they want to make sure they get it right this year. So now that's like an overcorrection sometimes. And the players that are battling in front of the net have kind of used their sticks to gain leverage at both ends of the ice for years. So that's going to be an adjustment. So hopefully they get it to the point where the cross-checks they want to take out of the games are the ones that are eliminated, and still some of the battles. It's just you have a stick in your hand, so both players are battling for pucks and balance on the ice. So your stick's going to be involved sometimes. So anyway, hopefully it corrects itself and you get a kind of that happy medium of battle versus violent, where there could be injuries. Well, he had lots of action, which is good. He needs it. Needs to get playing time. He's just got to tighten up. Some pucks are finding their way through him. For a big man, that'll be a challenge. And that's how a lot of goalies are judged that way. Are you beat with good shots, or are they getting through you? So we've got to make sure that Bob tightens him up, and some of the pucks are finding ways to get in the net through him, and he'll have to work on that. But at the end of the day, we weren't at times very. You're giving up breakaways in 2-on-1 in overtime. Like it's just sloppy, So you can't put that on the goalie. You got goal scorers out there that give him that much time. It's a practice 2-on-1. I'm not going to put that on him. So what do I think of him? I think he was better, and he just is going to need more reps.
Bruce, do you feel like having a guy like Taylor has passing ability on that line with Coyle to maybe encourage more of a shot-first mentality, or maybe simplifying Coyle's overall game?
Well, with Charlie, I think for years we've encouraged him to shoot a little more. He does have a good shot. It's not his first thought. So whether Taylor brings the best out of him in that regard, I just hope they play good, they create good offense together, however it turns out. If Charlie ends up being true to himself and hanging on to pucks longer, hopefully Taylor finishes and Smitty on his wings, right? So whatever works for them. But at the end of the day, yeah, we'd like to see Charlie, shoot a little more. But if he kicks it out and he's a good passer and Taylor's able to hang on to it like he does and kind of freeze people or get around people and Charlie's going to the net like that goal, then great. It was Marshy had shot it, but that could have just as easily been, Halsey making that play. So, however it generates offense for the line and without trying to change everything they do because they've been successful, then I think that's the formula we're looking for.